Hey, good evening. This is Scott Peischer with the Rookie Wine and Whiskey Enthusiast. Tonight we are reviewing the 2015 Merf Cabernet Sauvignon from the Columbia Valley. Stay tuned. All right, rookies, this is Scott, and tonight we are reviewing the 2015 Merf Cabernet Sauvignon. Now, the other day, I went ahead and went down to my local store, which is Hagen, just down the road here. They've got a great wine selection, so if you're in the Washington State area, specifically the Pacific Northwest, stop by Hagen, either in Woodinville or Hagen in Auburn up by Lake Tapps. Both got great wine selections. That being said, this is a $13 bottle of wine for a Cabernet Sauvignon on the Columbia Valley. And last night, my wife and I opened it up. We had it with our dinner, and I wanted to save it. And the reason I wanted to save it was, and I told you guys this in one of my introductory videos, that when I review a wine, I want to like it, or I've had it before and I've liked it. Now, I had this before, and I couldn't quite remember exactly what my notes were on it. But last night when I opened it up, it was very one-sided. It was very one-dimensional. And what I'm hoping, based on my notes that I got last night at dinner, I'm thinking that after it's been open for 24 hours with the cork in it and it's oxidized a little bit, that it might have opened up. And that this wine might be, well, let's get into the review first. Now, a little history on Merf. The winemaker, his name is, I'm going to read it directly here. It's David Merfield. His nickname is Merf. He started as a journey. He was a former Iowa family farmer, moved to Washington, started brewing, which a lot of guys do out here in the state of Washington. Then they moved to winemaking, or they moved to distilling. He says he believes in honest hard work that's imagined in this bottle of American craftsmanship. Anyways, so they are out. Merf Wines is out of Patterson, Washington, and the alcohol on this is at 14.5%. Now, last night when I reviewed this wine and I nosed it at the table, both my wife and I, when we nosed it, right off the bat, now I drink a lot of whiskey, rum, sipping whiskey. So I'm already used to a high ABV on some of my spirits. This, for the first time in a long time, I've had a nosing where there was a noticeable alcohol burn on the nose, which kind of shocked me because Cabernets are not known for that. So let's go ahead and nose this again. Yeah, you know what? That alcohol is still there on the nose. It's not as pronounced. Now, I was getting some black cherry last night on the nose, some spicy currant, and after a little bit, I got a little bit of blackberry after about 2 or 3 sips on the nose, which is why I think this wine might be good for a decanter. Okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a sip of this. Well, let's take a look at the color first. Of course, I've got a red tablecloth, so it kind of makes it tough. But this is a very dark, this is a purple shading on a dark ruby. All right, it is not translucent at all. I mean, you could probably put a flashlight up next to this and you're not going to see a whole lot of light coming through. Yeah, there's the blackberry that's starting to come through a little bit. I get a little bit of chocolate as well. So let's go ahead and take a sip. This is a full-bodied Cabernet Sauvignon. On the palate, I am getting the black cherry. I am getting a little bit of a dark chocolate on there. The blackberry comes right through, where it's sort of hidden on the nose, and I suspect it's hidden on the nose by the alcohol. That it waits until it gets to the palate. The finish on it, you know, it's got, first of all, it's got a good hold right up front. It's very juicy. It's a jammy Cabernet Sauvignon. but it kind of it goes up and then immediately starts to go down. The mid palate is almost non-existent, and the finish is lasting a little bit longer than it did last night, but it's very one-dimensional. This would be a good, now the tannins on this, by the way, I had an initial dryness in my mouth, but other than that, it is a full jam wine. The tannins on it I would consider medium to medium low. This is a very intense wine because of the fruit explosion on your palate. But other than that, you know, I'm thinking this is definitely a step up from your sub $10 bottles of wine that you're going to normally have. Is this a good wine to have at a dinner party or a barbecue? Probably. If your budget will allow for something under $15, this is probably a good thing. I do suggest, though, if you want to look a little fancy, put it in a decanter. Other than that, you know, I would probably rate this at an 82 or an 83 out of 100. Would I be buying this again? You know what? I may buy this and bring it to a family or you know, if I'm going out somewhere and I know that they want wine, but they're not very their tastes aren't attuned as it is. So this would be a good wine to bring to somebody who's not a wine person per se. But other than that, like I said, I highly recommend that you decant this wine. Anyways, like I said, an 82 out of 100. I probably won't buy it again for my own cellar, but it is what it is. So, if you like this video, please go ahead and hit the like button, the little thumbs up on there. If you have any questions about the wine or spirits that I've done before, go ahead and leave a comment. Please go ahead, if you like this comment, if you want more of this comment or content, please go ahead and subscribe. And once you subscribe, go ahead and hit the little bell button there on the side. That'll go ahead and notify you that whenever I post up a new video. So, anyways, thank you very much. Cheers, slant, and remember, not only should you drink responsibly, do it in a responsible manner with either good wine or good whiskey, because life, to be honest with you, is too short to go without either a good wine or a good whiskey. Cheers.